There she is.
Hello.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi, 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 hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. We have our show tonight, and so it's kind of, um,
It's like giving birth. It's like you work and work and work on something, and now you're gonna put it out there for the world to see. It's a very exciting time, and I'm sure you're very busy. So I'm glad you could spend a few minutes with us today.
oh, always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's my favorite place to be. So thank you
Well,
so much.
we've got a lot of new viewers on today, so tell them a little bit about the Miracle Project and how it came to be, Elaine.
Okay, the Miracle Project is a fully inclusive, neurodiverse theater, film, social skills, life skills, work skills, and creative expression program for all ages and all abilities. And it started when I'm a TV and film acting coach. And when my son was diagnosed with autism, traditional therapies didn't work for him. But what did work was creativity and music and dance and drama. And when I joined his world, he was able to emerge into our world. I started training with some of the greats. Dr. Gramsci, of course, I learned from her. I learned from Dr. Greenspan. I learned from Barry Prezant and Stephen Shore, and created a methodology so that I could train my actor, singer, dancer friends how to join my son's world. And as a result of that, he merged into our world, still autistic, still non-speaking, but happy, joyous, connected. And those methods are now the inclusion from within methods and have been replicated across the globe. And we create original musicals, and that's what we're doing tonight.
Amazing. And especially in this time, I mean, we have theater, I'm seeing some of the places that I subscribe to, they're just canceling their entire season for the next year, but not the Miracle Project. You have said we're taking this online. And so explain to us what's happening tonight, how people could participate, how they can view, and what this is going to be like.
Thanks, Shannon. Well, it's exactly what you said. We were supposed to go live at our artistic home, the Wallace Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts, and we were supposed to perform in June 11th. And when we found out that we were not going to be able to, it was heartbreaking, and I didn't want our students to be disappointed. So in less than a month and a half, we created an original musical for Zoom. And the students actually have filmed themselves and learned how to do audio recording. And I mean, it's been unreal, phenomenal what they've accomplished. We have a brilliant music director, Noel Katz, and assistant director, Sandy Abramson, and then our genius editor, Justin Anthony Long, pieced it together. And I think and I've got a couple of the students that are here to.
Yeah, let's welcome them. Let's Traven, go ahead and let them in. And then Coach E, we're going to have you introduce everybody to us.
Wonderful. And I think, is there a trailer too to show?
Yeah, there is a trailer. Should we do that while we let them in?
That's a great idea.
Okay, so let's do that. Traven, go ahead and go to the trailer. And so the name of this show is The Influencer?
Yes. And the
Okay.
idea is, how are we influenced by society, corporations, music, and how does it impact us? And how do we make a positive influence on others?
Well, that's pretty timely. Here we go. Here's the trailer. Well, that is just awesome. That is just awesomeness. And so we see that we are welcoming. Go ahead and introduce us, Coach. Hi.
Hi.
So tell us who we're looking at, Elaine.
Oh, I get to introduce them. Okay.
Yes.
So we have the stars of the show, and we have Dominique Brown, who plays Frankie T, who's one of the cool kids, and is at first misunderstood by some of the kind of our more intellectual students. And at first he's misunderstood, but then they realize that he's a super nice guy and actually brings in. He's a musician, and Dom has some songs a song that he wrote. And then he's also singing along with another one of our actors who wrote another song. And then we have his amazing mom, Monique. And
hi, Shannon.
Monique, hi. So good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
And Monique, the parents and siblings had to help with filming. So I thought we'd bring Monique on to kind of share a little bit about that. And
Wonderful.
then we also have Jojo and Dylan Kidman. And they are a brother and sister act, but they play entirely different roles. And I'll let you tell them a little bit, but Jojo plays one of the high school students, and she's hilarious and wonderful. And Dylan is our scientist who helps to craft a potion that has I'm not going to give it away, but has an influence on culture. And also Dylan was one of our writers. So Dylan worked with us in the beginning when we had a really long script, and then helped us condense it and make it meaningful in the version that you'll see. And it's actually a complete half-hour virtual musical that you'll see.
Love it. Before I ask you guys questions, where are we getting the tickets, and how much are the tickets, and all of that, Elaine?
So the tickets can be found on the Miracle Project website, themiracleproject.org, themiracleproject.org, and you'll see ticketing information. And what's really exciting is, well, tonight is our premiere, and we found out that what we're doing is historic, never been done, with a neurodiverse cast, all filmed in quarantine, an original musical. So we have made history, and you'll be making history with us tonight. And then on Sunday, we have a 4:00 Pacific time, 7:00 Eastern time, where we are having it captioned, and we have a sign language interpreter. So we really want to make the show accessible to everyone. So I'm really jazzed.
Okay, so Dom, I want to talk to you and your mom first, and then we'll come to you guys, Dylan and Jojo. But Dom, you've been with the Miracle Project for a while. How long have you been doing the Miracle Project?
Exactly since 2014. That's 7 years.
7 years.
Wow. And I've gotten to see you perform. You are amazingly talented, and I think you know that, and I've told you that before. And I'm sure you just must be so proud of him, Mom.
I am. I'm very proud of him, and very excited to see the production that they put on.
Yeah.
I know that they worked really hard. Well, we all did, but they really worked hard. So,
but
and
the parents are important.
Different for them. So
yeah. But Dom, you're somebody who's been performing a lot. Maybe if you could help the parents that are watching understand, what does this do for you, having the opportunity to perform?
It gives me the opportunity to shine, and I help others understand that it's more than just being autistic. It's also being a human being. So sorry.
No. That's absolutely beautiful. And I can't imagine a world in which you didn't get to perform. So I can't imagine how hard this shutdown has been for you, but are you really glad that you got an opportunity to still perform during this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's different, but we still get to have the opportunity.
Do you get antsy when you don't get to perform? Do you get like, you know, like, oh, I gotta do something?
Yeah, sort of.
Does he have a hard time, Mom?
Yes, he needs to do something. He has to perform. Well, yeah, he does.
I've got a husband who's an actor, and he gets crabby if he doesn't perform. So I can't imagine. So now, Dylan and JoJo, so happy to welcome you to the show for the first time. And I'm thrilled that you guys are here. Is this your first time doing something with the Miracle Project?
I did some stuff with them when I was little, but this is my first big thing in the last few years.
And what's it like doing this with your brother and your sister? Is this more fun or is it sometimes hard?
Well, we get along very well.
Very well.
Yeah, we've always wanted to do a show together.
And so you've been performing before, but you're now performing with the Miracle Project. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been doing a lot of musical theater on my own, and we both really enjoy it.
But this is the first time you're doing something together?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very special.
Well, that's a reason to tune in just for that. Now, did you help each other to film the things together?
Yeah, we definitely helped each other. I mean, we both have different strengths and weaknesses. Yeah.
JoJo's better at the music aspect. I'm better at like the technology and filming aspect.
So we would like film each other and help with like vocal warm-ups and stuff.
So this is a question for all of you. What was the hardest part of putting this show together during this quarantine? Elaine, do you want to go first?
Let's see. The hardest part for me, I mean, I've loved it. I mean, I love that I get to see them every week. I love their energy. I love getting to be with them. And like Dom has been an incredible leader. He's always bringing out the other students. I mean, he was going to be one of our assistants this year, and he's just naturally been doing it. Seeing everybody and the helpfulness that they've been for each other. The hardest part, I guess, is, you know, we want to hug each other. I think that's it. But we feel each other's hearts. And I think that's been the hardest part for me, learning technology, but I'm good. I'm showing others now how to do it. I'm becoming an expert on Zoom.
I'm telling you, your editor clearly is genius. I love that trailer. Absolutely amazing. So Dom, what's been the hardest part for you of putting this together?
I feel like there's like been two things that have been hard for this round. One is, you know, not being there with all the people that you care about and hope that you get to see every day. The other is the recording, because it usually gets hot when you throw the blanket over your head.
And the reason why I'm asking in case anybody's wondering, the reason why I'm asking what was hard is because clearly you overcame it. And I think there are a lot of people who are watching who are faced with like something that they feel like they can't do or something that's hard. And I just want them to see like, but you can, like people overcome things every day. Michelle, what was the hardest part for you? Excuse me, Monique, I'm so sorry.
The filming, the technology, learning how to, you know, when you have to film these things and they're in this large, what do you call it? I mean, large files, and you're trying to get them over on time, and the technology. But I can say I have learned a lot from it. Like Elaine, I'm expert now. I know how to Zoom. I know how to send and record and zoom in and zoom out, and we'll see how good we did.
And forgive me, because one of our viewers, Michelle, had just said, I'm looking forward to seeing this. And Kirsten had said, I set up a watch live party on my Facebook for my non-autistic community, which is wonderful. And so I was looking at her comment, but so I apologize, Monique.
No problem.
You and I know each other from way back when. I still
Yes,
have I
the
still have your fan from way back when. So every time I see her, I'm like, I've got your fan. And it's a beautiful fan. I need to get it back to you. So Dylan and JoJo, what's been the hardest for you? What's been the thing that you've overcome in doing this?
So for me, the hardest part was definitely having to be flexible and condensing the script for a different format. We had to cut out a bit of the content in order to make it fit into
Yes.
the video format versus the live action format.
Yes.
And I had to be flexible for that.
That's awesome.
It was very hard to adjust to doing video and the audio separately. Typically, we just do it together. So there was a lot of adjustment to that. That was something I overcame. It was also hard when we were all in a group together. We could only do one thing at a time.
Yeah. But I love hearing all this because you can hear, Elaine, how many skills have been built because of it having to be this way.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I have to do my filming for the behind the scenes, and I'm anxious about it, but they give me strength and hope because, you know, what they have accomplished is really unbelievable. People would say it's impossible. And you guys, I'm so verklempt.
Yeah.
But I'm so proud of you and in awe of what they've done. I mean, they had to audio record songs. They had to, and then they had to visually move to the songs separately. Audio record, what Dom was referring to, is they had to put a blanket over their head to create the space. Our music director had to compose to get all the rhythms, because what you're going to see and what you saw in the video, all of that was filmed. All of the songs were filmed one person at a time, and yet it looks like we were all in a room. So what they had to overcome, their flexibility, as Dylan was saying, the patience, the waiting, and that's the thing. And for your viewers, is this team, they're the Miracle Project company, and they've shown that you can when you put your mind to it, you can overcome challenges and do what people think is impossible, and do it with grace and dignity and the idea of teamwork and working for a higher good. And then one of the moms said something to me the other day. She said that because everybody trusted each other and they trusted the staff, that you were all able to just go along this ride with us. Do you feel that that was something that was important to you? Is that trust?
You guys, Dylan and JoJo and Dom, did you guys feel like the trust, Monique?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. Somebody has written in something, and I'm going to love this, because it used to be in the pre-COVID world, we would have the Miracle Project on, and this is the point when everybody would be like, oh, we wish this was here. And we would say to people, it could be, you could just ask for Elaine to bring her team, and, she picks 2 places in the world every year. And, year by year, 2 more places have the Miracle Project, but, it's not everybody. A parent has written in and said, my daughter would love to take classes, but unfortunately we live in Hawaii. She loves to sing and dance. Well, here is one of the gifts of this crazy time. Tell them, Elaine, what they can do.
First of all, Hawaii, that's my favorite place. So hi. Fortunately, the positives of Zoom is that we are now holding all of our classes online. And we have people from around the country joining our classes. So we have all ages, all abilities, everything from social skills classes that use improvisation to rehearse for life, to musical theater classes where we are learning from classical and contemporary musicals and performing, to comedy improv, to songwriting, poetry. And then what you see here is the Miracle Project Company class. So, and we are really, we want you to join us, everybody. This is what's exciting.
Yeah.
We're able to offer these classes to everyone now.
Isn't that amazing?
We may continue that.
Well, man, I hope you do at least a little bit when we're back to whatever the normal is. I hope that you continue it a little because it gives other people opportunities. So even if you're in Hawaii, where would you go, Elaine? And we have people who've written in that they're watching in India
Oh,
and
wow.
Bangalore, India. So where would they go if they wanted to take a class?
Yeah, same thing. Go to themiracleproject.org and we have all our classes listed, but you could also just email. When you go to the site, you'll see there's something where you can contact us and we'll get back to you. Just tell us a time zone and we'll make sure we get back to you and sign you up.
There you go. And so, I asked what was the hardest thing. I now want to know, like, what's been the most amazing thing that you've learned during this particular production? Because you've all had been doing different things with the Miracle Project, but what is this, the influencer taught all of you? Dom, you want to go first?
I think it's taught me like, how to use Zoom more better, like, just get around online instead of like being out there.
Very cool. Dylan and JoJo, what's like the best thing that you've gotten out of this?
So we mentioned that I've been writing a lot of it, and in the past, a few years ago, I would have never imagined writing anything more than a sentence. And now Influencer has inspired me to start working on my own projects.
There you go. There you go. JoJo, what about for you?
I think that doing all this has just I've met so many kind people through this, so many talented people. They've all been so nice. I'm just so happy to be part of the Miracle Project community.
Wonderful. And Monique, not just this production, but as a parent, what has it meant to you having Dom have the opportunity to be a part of the Miracle Project as a whole over the years? What has that meant for you?
As a whole, over the years, it's meant the world. They're a family to us. We've grown with them. And then the biggest thing that I think that came out of this particular production,
Mhm.
I saw that they can overcome anything. This was a very big thing, this pandemic, and very trying. And when they shut us all in, like that first 2 weeks was really, really stressful and trying. And when this Zoom thing came up and they had that first Zoom class, he didn't know how much he enjoyed it because it was new and he wanted to be there with them. But at the same time, he was seeing everybody and we hadn't seen anybody for like, what, 2 or 3 weeks. So they just became strong and they pulled through. And so I just think they can overcome anything. They can do anything they put their minds to.
What a
And
great life lesson.
beautiful.
What a great life lesson to give our kids. Okay, so again, tonight, the half-hour performance it's the world premiere. And what time is it happening, Elaine?
So we're going to open the doors at 4:50 Pacific time, which is Eastern time, 7:50. No, yeah, 7:50, and Hawaii time, 3 hours difference. So yeah, I think it's like 1:50, and then the show will be starting promptly at 5:05. So we'll be promptly starting then, but come in early because you'll see photos and there'll be music and original music from one of our composers. And then we'll have a Q&A at the end. So there'll actually be, the show itself is a half hour and then there's a Q&A at the end. So, the whole thing will be about 45 minutes. And then on Sunday with sign language interpreter, the show starts at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Now, are you also doing performances on Friday and Saturday?
We're not. We're doing
Thursday and Sunday.
Thursday and Sunday. And then down the road, and Shannon, when this happens, down the road, we will have it available on demand.
Fabulous.
But that's in the works.
I gotta say, we've all, I mean, we had to change how we do things here. But we couldn't do this before. We always wanted to do this and we couldn't do this before. And I watched a lot of different outlets, but I just want to say that, not to diss anybody, but we watched Saturday Night Live try to do what I think you guys have been successful at. I think you've done a better job at it than Saturday Night Live. So, and they had everything at their disposal. And I know you guys are often weaving things and going, I've got a barn, you've got drums, let's do a show.
And it's all done with
Cell
our phones.
We've got a cell phone.
Yeah, you got a cell phone, you can make it happen.
May I quote you? May I say?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. You guys remember this quote, okay? We heard it here. We did it better than Saturday Night Live. I think so too.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, and not by a little. I think by a mile. You did it better than Saturday Night Live. So congratulations. And if that doesn't show the world what our kids are capable of, then I don't know what would. So I'm so proud of all of you for the work that you have done. And I just want to, we're running out of time, but I just want to give everybody a quick second to give a shout out to why the world should be watching tonight. So who wants to go first? I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but why should the world watch tonight? Why is this not to be missed? Elaine, do you want to go first?
The world needs to watch this tonight because it will fill you with joy, hope, and a sense of the impossible is possible.
And we need some of that just about now, right? Dom, why do you think the world should watch this tonight?
The world should be watching tonight because we are showing that we are able to do anything, including a virtual show, even if we have to.
There we go. Monique?
I agree with Dom and Elaine, and I think that they should watch just to be a part of the history. This is history.
Absolutely. Dylan?
The world should be watching just because it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, the world should watch to see that people with autism can be creative. They can be theatrical.
Wonderful. And some of our viewers are writing in and saying Miracle Project is an inspiration. And I think that that's absolutely true. And the mom of the daughter in Hawaii said, ooh, she did 2 clappy hands and she said, ooh, I will tell my daughter I'm so happy to hear about the online options. And she said, yay. So again, we've got just time, one more time, Elaine, where do they need to go to get the tickets to be able to see tonight's performance?
themiracleproject.org.
Okay.
And that'll take you to our homepage, and then you'll see, the page of the influencer.
Great. And so you want to get tickets either for tonight for the premiere, and there's the talk back afterwards, the Q&A afterwards, or for Sunday's sensory friendly performance where there's going to be somebody signing and there'll be closed captioning. Mm-hmm. So it's the choice between those 2 performances now. And there's also a talk back on Sunday.
Yep. There'll also be a talk back with the actors on Sunday as well.
Wonderful. So that's not to be missed, you guys. All right. Well, I just want to thank all of you for taking time out of a very busy day to be with us to share this important stuff. And thank you for being such a light on this planet in a time when we need all the lights we can find, right? Yeah. So
thank you.
See you guys shine tonight.
Thank you so much, Shannon. We love you. Thank you so
much.
Thank
you, Shannon.
Thank you. It's great to see you guys. So hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.